Hey there everyone, I'm Fox 10 News meteorologist Jennifer Lambers, and it is today's edition of Next Weather. Now we're actually going to be talking about the heat that we've been experiencing. It's been hot, it's been toasty, it's been humid out there, and it's going to be a good time to head on out towards the beach. Some nice conditions out there for today, but still some of those storm clouds beginning to pop up. But this pattern is still typical for what we typically see during the summertime months. But there's still a culprit on why exactly we are experiencing this, and also some safety tips to keep in mind when we're dealing with this heat, especially getting closer towards a holiday weekend. But today, meteorologist Matt Barrentine, he's going to be breaking down more of those details on what exactly is causing this and what you can do to stay safe.
Well, hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barrentine. I'm going to talk a little about the heat. There's a big old heat dome over the eastern half of the U.S. You might have been hearing about it, especially on the national news. Washington, D.C., New York City, Boston, Philadelphia. These areas have been experiencing triple-digit heat this week with heat index values 110 plus at times. So it's been record-breaking. It's been a really bad situation for them. We deal with heat a lot down here on the Gulf Coast. It's sort of a part of our general summer routine. We're not quite at their levels, but we'll get there at some point this summer, rest assured. And we know the impacts of heat-related issues. You know, you get heat illnesses. It limits what we can do outside. We have to change our plans all the time. It can be dangerous to people who are elderly or really young. So, and you know, the precautions. I know you've heard this stuff before, like stay hydrated. Avoid being outdoors, you know, stay in the air conditioning when possible. The one thing I really though wanted to focus in on is this: check on relatives, neighbors, and pets. When somebody is having a heat-related issue, a heat-related illness like a heat stroke or something like that, it usually starts with confusion. So they don't know that it's happening to them a lot of times. So it's incumbent on you, if you're the person around them or you're not having the heat-related problem, if you see somebody having an issue, to help them out. That's really the big thing I want to get across, because like I said, they'll be confused. It'll be hard for them to take care of themselves, so you've got to help them. Make sure they get to a cool place. Make sure they get some water, some fluids in them. That is always a big key when dealing with summertime heat. Of course, the other big thing is what happens in cars. Incredibly hot when it's 95 degrees, like what we've been seeing lately. In 10 minutes, your car gets to 114. So this is why it's so critical not to leave anybody in the car, a kid or a dog, even for just a few minutes, to run into the convenience store. You got to make sure to get them out. Even after a few minutes, it gets really hot. By 20 minutes, we're talking 124 degrees. Could you imagine sitting in that? Yeah, wouldn't be terrible. 130 by 30 minutes, and by 60 minutes is 138. So that's how hot your car is getting on days like these. So always keep an eye on the folks around you. Don't leave anybody in a car on a hot summer day. Even with the windows cracked, it is going to be way too hot unless the AC is running. So be careful out there. A lot of folks across the eastern half of the U.S. are dealing with this heat dome. We'll be dealing with heat all through the summer, so just be careful out there and stay safe. I'm meteorologist Matt Barrentine for Next Weather.